I am lonely, oh so lonely. I got nobody, but I have things to do. There are so many activities out there in the world that we feel like we have to pay in order to get a really good experience. However, there are so many things that we can do for free right now, especially when you are alone. And sometimes you feel like you have to do activities when you're with other people, but that is not the case. A lot of times money pays for the convenience of the planning, of being taught, but if you're willing to put a little bit of time into it, there are so many free activities that you can do and continuously do to not get bored. Here is my personal top 5 free activities to do, especially when you're bored. Welcome to my channel. I take on different challenges and adventures. I tell you my personal thoughts and experiences, and hopefully that encourages you to take on adventures yourself. Now, if that's something that puts a little bit of pep in your step, maybe consider liking and subscribing, but let me get right into my personal top 5 list. Let's start with number 1, which mine is parkour. Now, if you watch the YouTube videos, I don't think that gives the right description of what parkour is. It's very similar to wanting to get into martial arts, but when you watch those Chinese movies where they do all those crazy moves, it's not exactly a 1-to-1 ratio. Parkour, just like martial arts, it's a lot of a discipline. All of it has to do with self-growth, self-discipline. You are supposed to improve yourself. And the reason why it's more of a discipline, because it's more about a mindset. You're supposed to overcome fear. Like I said, it's more of a mental growth as well as a physical growth. The old school definition of parkour is literally just getting from point A to point B as efficiently as possible. Parkour has grown from that and has become something way more about personal growth. It doesn't have to be these crazy moves like you watch on YouTube. I coached parkour and beginners for a very long time, and I'm a practitioner myself. I would consider myself intermediate. I don't do flips outside, but that play and that personal growth, I really, really like. I've taught so many people from different backgrounds, different ages. Anyone can get into it because it's what you get out of it. If you wanna know what you can start, there are free resources on YouTube. The way that I actually started way back is with videos from Jesse LaFleur, which I'm gonna put links down below, as well as Ronnie Street Stunts, which tells you, again, a little bit more on how to train parkour on your own, some cool moves that you can learn, and how to get started. Some of my greatest memories are actually trips to Europe specifically for parkour, which have been amazing. Now, if you don't have a concrete jungle or you're nervous about going outside for the first time, what you can do is maybe you can get into tricking and acrobatics. Now, that's a lot more of the fancy flips, crazy stuff, but you can start way smaller. Kind of like how a breakdancer probably wouldn't start with that head spin. They would probably start with a little... I'm sorry, I really want to try breakdancing at one point. It's on the list. Maybe there's a little bit too much. I know you can get into it, and I know you can. But let's go with something a little bit easier for number 2. Exploring. That might sound very broad, but what you're trying to tap into is that childhood sense of discovery. That thing where when you went into a new forest for the first time, all you want to do is either use your imagination or just discover it. Find something new. Sometimes you just need to step slightly outside of your comfort zone and discover something new. Hiking, which is one new activity. There's so many hiking trail websites that you can find online that will tell you where to go, how long it is, how difficult it is. And you can discover new things such as lakes, rope swings, these beautiful views. If you're looking for something a little more small scale, then just go to a new park and don't just take the path. If you just take the normal path, you're just gonna be walking. You want to be exploring, find something new. A way to get out of that path is with geocaching, that game that is completely free that you can download on your phone, and all you have to do is like a real life scavenger hunt that will take you off of these paths and find these knick-knack paddywhacks that are just out there in the world. I have a video about it on my guide exactly how to get into it, but you also do these discovery games such as Pokemon Go. There's a Harry Potter one, there's a Jurassic World one, there's another one I just can't remember. And if you're near water, maybe discover the water. But I remember as a kid when I get onto a lake, all I want to do is go to all these small islands and discover it. Or you can even just discover the edge of the water. Kind of just go to a beach and just see how far you can go. I do this all the time with my niece, and it's fun to do on your own. Sometimes you'll find a tree to climb. Sometimes you don't need to climb a tree, you monkey. You just follow that ocean shore. If you already have something like a paddleboard or a kayak, again, that costs money, but if you already have something like that, you can float along and discover the ocean, just like our ancient explorers. Maybe you don't want to be outside. Ugh, outside, right? Pfft, no way. Maybe you're an indoor person, or maybe the temperature is not right for you. Maybe number 3 is have a new challenge. Well, sometimes you have people that say, oh, just learn something new, discover something new. And it's kind of a broad statement. I'm gonna try to give you something a little bit more specific. What you should do is find something you've always wanted to learn or something you want to try and give it yourself a challenge for a week to try it at least a little bit each day for a week. They're like week-long challenges to learn a new skill. You don't have to invest so much into it. You can do it for free. Here's a couple that I did during the quarantine. On my wish list, I want to learn how to do mashups with music, which I did. First one is horrible, but I was able to do that with free software, free tutorials on YouTube. I learned how to write stories because one day I do want to still write a book. So this was the beginning of understanding story structure and how to write short stories. If you have an instrument or if you can borrow an instrument from someone, you can learn guitar. And what I haven't done is I want to learn how to beatbox, take that as a week challenge and see what this instrument can do. You can also take on challenges that will better yourself as well as your life. Meditate every single day. Maybe try to get up a little bit earlier. Maybe work out every single day. Or a different kind of challenge, like cook something new every single day. But keep it free, use the ingredients you already have. Now, if all you have is just KD and old bread, hey, guess what? I don't think I've ever done macaroni and cheese sandwiches, so there's something new. To learn all these, there's so many free resources on YouTube. If any of these things I just mentioned that I did, you want to have a little bit more information on, please just let me know. Comments below, social media, you know, all the... But speaking about working out, that is number 4. Doesn't have to be super complicated. Maybe take out something that is healthy for you. Maybe every morning you get out of bed and you do 10 knee push-ups, and maybe you do 10 more before going back into bed because it's early and you definitely need to get your sleep. Sometimes something, regardless of how small it is better than nothing. Or you can take something like running. Some people find it so liberating. You get to be outside, you get to discover these new places. You can combine hiking and running together to be something more powerful than we'd ever imagine. You don't have to be Usain Bolt. A lot of workout programs, in order to start getting fit, they never say start with running. A lot of it is just go for a walk every single day and that'll make a huge difference. Let's say you wanna get super big and super strong. I'm so sore. You can take up calisthenics, in which you don't need any equipment, you just need to be outside. Calisthenics is just working out using your own body. It's healthy, but it's just body weight exercises and movements. There's a lot of free resources that you can find online. That's just a beginner-friendly calisthenics workout. Or one of my favorites is if you have a sport that you love and you're passionate about, maybe for a week, take it seriously. Like train and drill for it like you are a professional athlete. Go to the park, go to the track, do the drills that the athletes would. Get better at the thing you love. Doesn't matter if it's soccer, basketball, baseball. You know what? It can be darts. It can be cup stacking. There is someone in the world that is the best cup stacker that has ever existed. Hey, crazy. Last one, number 5. Take this time to get your life together. Look, you just have to deal with your crap that is going on. And sometimes when you're bored, when you have nothing to do, that's the time to get organized, to get things done. A lot of us want a happy life. A lot of us want this adventurous life. But the best way to do it is to get rid of that stuff that is preventing us from doing that in the first place. You've got 2 paths. Either you've got all the stuff that doesn't make you happy and the things that do make you happy. You should be planning of going towards the thing that makes you happy and getting rid of what doesn't. You shouldn't be running away from your problems when you're bored or you're trying to ignore everything by filling your life with these things that make you happy or make you adventurous. That's not an adventurous life. It's a lifestyle. If you can't deal with that stuff right now, have an action plan. Do research, get a whiteboard, write on the plan of things that you want to do to get your stuff done. And you know what? Sometimes today is not the day. If you're having a bad day, you deserve to have a great day. But sometimes today is not the day, and that's okay. But you can use that day to make tomorrow even better. As long as you do something. Like I said, sometimes these small things make the biggest differences, and sometimes something is better than nothing. Any progress is better than no progress. One of those famous quotes that no matter how slow you go, you will always lap someone who just stays on the couch. And some of my final thoughts. There's a reason why capitalism works. A lot of the adventure and a lot of the lifestyle is sold to us. We need to buy these adventures. We need to buy these experiences, but really you don't have to. Money pays for the convenience. It makes it a little bit easier. And I get it. There's so many adventures that I would do that you have to pay for. Or somehow we did scuba diving, we did kiteboarding. You can have a fun, adventurous lifestyle for free that doesn't break the bank. And it doesn't have to be glamorous. That glamour lifestyle is not what the adventure lifestyle is about. It's a lifestyle. It's what you do every single day. It's about who you are as a person to get to that lifestyle. The adventurous lifestyle is not about running away from something. It's about running towards something. And I like to think that's the sunset at the end of a beach. And you should probably stop because you're gonna get into the water and that's the ocean. And if you go too far, where are you going? Come back. I'm worried sick about you. Please come home. And that's my list. What do you think? Are you gonna try something on this list? Do you have a different top 5 favorite things to do that are free? I would love to know, and please let everyone else know. If I have 5 and you have 5, that's more than 5. Let me know down below, or you can hit me up on social media and I will see you at the next adventure.